Good morning. How are we doing today? My name is James Sweeney, aka SplitSuit. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to run through the Runouts section of the Postflop workbook and look at the turns specifically. I'm going to run through page 139 together. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the way that the pages are set up in this section is that there are going to be 4 questions per page. The top 2 will work on the same board. The bottom 2 will work on a different board. That way you can see how the runouts are impacted by different levels of blocking. So let's run through the first one together. So we have Queen 10 of spades on a King 8-3 2-spade board. Question is, how often will the turn be a spade? So the very simple work we're dealing with here is that there are 47 remaining cards left in the deck, right? There are 52 total cards in the deck. We have 2 whole cards. There are 3 board cards on the flop, and 52 minus 5 equals 47, so 47 remaining cards. And in this situation, how many spades are remaining? Well, there are 13 spades to begin. We see 2 in our hand, 2 on the board. 13 minus 4 gets us to 9. So there are 9 specific cards to meet the qualifier. And we see that that's 19%. So 19% of the time, that turn is going to be a spade. Now, in question number 2, we have slightly different hole cards, right? We have pocket 4s without a spade, which means that there are, again, 13 total spades in a deck. We see 2 of them, and as such, when we're answering the question, how often will a turn be a spade, we're not using 9 over 47, we're actually using 11 over 47, because that's how many spades remain in the deck, and that means there is a 23% chance that the turn card is a spade. If we pop up the answer key real quick and double check that, page 139, 19%, and 23%. Perfect. We're doing everything right so far. Now let's do questions 3 and 4. All right, so question number 3, we have Ace King on a Jack 9 Deuce board. The question is, how often will the turn be an overcard, so a queen or greater? Well, in this situation, we have the exact same denominator, right? We're still working with 47 possible cards remaining left in the deck, but the numerator is going to be different because in this situation, how many overcards are there? Well, there are queens, there are kings, there are aces. There are 4 queens, but because we have an ace in our hand and a king in our hand, we're reducing those combinations since there are only now 3 remaining aces and 3 remaining kings. So we take the 3 remaining aces plus 3 remaining kings plus 4 remaining queens, gets us to 10, and pop that in. And we're at 21% is how often the turn is going to be an overcard. Going to question 4, though, again, same board, but different level of blocking since the 9-8 that we have does not impact the overcards at all left in the deck. So there are 4 aces, 4 kings, 4 queens, 4 times 3 gets us to 12. Perfect, and you notice that we're at 26%. And that is how often the turn is going to be an overcard. So again, pretty much the major things to take away here is that the denominator is going to be 47, since that's how many cards are remaining. 52 cards in the deck, minus your 2 whole cards, minus the 3 flop cards, good to go. And then make sure you take your time with the specific cards that are left for the qualifier, in this case the overcard or up above the spade. That way you can specifically understand how your level of blocking is impacting that in a good or a bad way. And the big thing to keep in mind if you're looking for kind of the what am I really looking for other than just getting a better feel for how often good or bad things happen is starting to understand what that gap looks like when there are 2 blockers versus 1 blocker, right? Notice in question 3, we have 2 blockers of those overcards, 21%, no blockers, 26%, 5% gap between those, and what's it look like between 1 and 2? 4% gap. So see if that number carries through when you're doing the rest of the exercises in this section. So hopefully this helps. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, good luck with this section, and I'll see you back for the runouts part of the river, which is going to be very, very similar to this, just for the record, just making some slight tweaks to the overall denominator. And that is going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully this helps. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, as always, good luck out there and happy grinding.